I believe that life is the sum of the experiences you've had. To expand my horizons, I'm on a journey of self-discovery around Asia, exploring and investigating the phenomenon of hip-hop around the continent. My personal adventure begins, but the saga continues. My name is SonaOne, and right about now, I need y'all to hold up, wait a minute, because I'm gonna be Hip-Hoppin Asia. I set foot in Turkey, a land that stretches the imagination and defies logic. This country is teeming with heritage and history, not to mention blessed with picturesque landscapes and stunning architecture. The aesthetic and cultural appeal of Turkey can be attributed to its remarkable location. And with a history involving ancient powers like the Greek, Persian, Byzantine, and Ottoman empires, this country has a lot of heritage to offer the casual tourist. But I'm no casual tourist. I'm here to find out about a new empire. I want to discover the voice of Turkish hip-hop, from the way it sounds to the message it spreads. In this meeting point of two continents, will hip-hop stand up and declare itself? As Julius Caesar put it, I wish to come, to see, and to conquer. Veni, vidi, vici. If you think about it too much, you may stumble, trip up, fall on your face. I'm almost at the finish line, but I'm not quite done yet. This place and I are the same, yo. One foot in Asia, the other one right in Europe. Turkey has been generous to many of the world's greatest moments, which has set the pace for modern civilization. But in a place that's split right down the middle, does hip-hop here have an identity to call their own? Follow my lead. I begin in Istanbul, the imperial capital of choice for many empires and also one of the world's most populous cities today. As I observe the city, the layers of heritage slowly unravel, and I begin to understand the true depth of this extraordinary cultural experience. My local hookup and line producer for this city is Chad, who is a proud Turk and knows his country inside and out. The iconic Blue Mosque is the first spot that I want to visit. Named after the blue tiles that adorn the walls of its interior, this mosque was built in the beginning of the 17th century to reassert Ottoman power during the rule of Sultan Ahmet I. So the prayers are done, which means we can now go inside with the cameras. And we'll just see how it looks like from the inside. Colossal, man. It is definitely unlike anything I've ever seen, for sure. Like, on all levels, man. Like, the size, the deco, the architecture. Two things I want to point out. The chandeliers are very low because, like the name itself, shando, candle. It was because it's easy to reach to put up the candles. And also, I've never seen any mosque ever in my life where you can actually see stained glass windows. You know, I'm always used to seeing at the front line of a mosque, you're just facing a wall, whereas here you're facing the light. Now that I've had a small cultural taste of Turkey, I head out to meet Turbo, the father of Turkish graffiti. This man was responsible for distributing some of the first hip-hop CDs in Turkey and played an important role in the early growth of the scene here.
97 yılında Blue Jean dergisinde hip-hop sayfaları yapmaya başladım. Ona rap mektup arkadaşı sayfasına şey göndermiştim, reklam. Yani rap dinleyen var mı, hani yazsın bana falan diye. Çuvallarla mektup geldi böyle 500-600 tane belki, bilmiyorum. Onları birleştirecek bir şey yoktu. O dönemde internet de yoktu. ve internet olmadığı için benim sayfam onların sosyal medyası haline geldi. Bizim de kendi kurallarımız var. İşte burada mesela biz grafiti yaptığımız yerlerde mesela dini binalara, burada işte camide, kilisede hepsi dahil, dini binaların üzerine grafiti yapılmaz. Tarihi eserlerin üzerine yapılmaz. Kimsenin kamyonuna, yurt dışından gelen insanlar için köprüden geçmek böyle hani herhangi çok önemli bir şey, böyle işte Avrupa'dan Asya'ya geçtim diyor ama biz günde 2-3 defa geçebildiğimiz için hip hop kültürü geldiği coğrafyaya göre kendini değiştirir. Hani benim hissiyatım şöyle bir şey, yani ne aslında Avrupalıyız ne işte Asyalıyız aslında. Ve sökemezsin yani, ne şey diyebilirsin Asyalı ne de aslında Avrupalı. Kendine ait aslında yani.
What Turbo says about geography shaping hip-hop is true. Evidently, my journey across Asia has taught me that each country has its own hip-hop identity. Now I'm anxious to find out more about this country, which Turbo describes as neither Asian nor European, but something else entirely. Istanbul has been a little overwhelming so far. There's just so many aspects of this city to discover. Everything captivates your attention all at once. So I head out to the streets with Chad to grab a quick bite. Sometimes it's the simple things in life that will enlighten you.
Been dreaming this since I was young, so baby girl.
So I ordered two, man.
Okay, one for you, one for me?
Yep.
All right.
Arkadaşım.
Teşekkür ederim.
Bir tane normal olsun, sağ olasın.
Smells good. Fish is good, bread is good. Never thought putting the two together. I'm not a big fan of the filet of fish, but this is on some next level. Exactly what he said. And plus, this is the best part is, I'm allergic to seafood, but this I can eat. This seems to happen every single place we go. The minute we walk in, when there's nobody, we do our thing, and then the minute we turn around, there's like a billion people behind us. And here is exactly what has happened. Check it out. We're bringing the life to the party, man. Oh snap, what happened? A bite fell.
Mod XL is a Turkish hip-hop duo that has been around for almost 2 decades. Its members, Feyasin and Evren Besta, hail from the capital city Ankara, but have moved to Istanbul for the sake of hip-hop.
Böyle bizim Ankara'da, yani İstanbul gibi ya da diğer büyük şehirler gibi her türlü imkanı istediğiniz zaman bulabileceğiniz bir durum yoktu. Ankara bu açıdan bakir durumdaydı. Biz belki o bekareti bozduk model olarak. Şimdi Türkiye'de hip hop grupları arasında ilk 4. albüm çıkacak olan grup olma özelliğini taşıyoruz. Ne mutlu bize. Bunu da Sony müzik yapıyoruz. Bu sayede kalite arttığı için bu işten bu sefer geri dönüş sağlanmaya başlayacak. Biz genelde yaptığımız her işte standartları bir üst seviyeye çıkarmaya gayret gösteren bir grubuz. Ve bence bizim buradaki oluşumumuz standartları bir üst seviye değil, belki birkaç seviye yukarıya çıkaracak.
Kimse karışmasın, ben demedim mi lan herkele? Git polisi ara, çok da sıcak.
Bir kere bu arkadaşlar saygıyı öğrenmeliler. Birbirlerine saygı duymayı çok öğrenmeliler. Kendilerine saygı duymayı öğrenmeliler, kendi müziklerine saygı duymayı öğrenmeliler. Aşağıdan gelen gençlere tavsiyem, farkında olmaları ve farkındalık yaratmak için çalışmaları onlar için en büyük güç olacağını düşünüyorum.
These guys are clearly confident about the direction that they are steering towards. Their partnership and ambition are the key that makes them such a driving force in Turkish hip-hop. Running through the heart of Istanbul is the Bosphorus, a strait that separates Asia and Europe. It used to be a major waterway in ancient times and remains one of the world's busiest shipping channels today. The Bosphorus connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara and is known for its great commercial and strategic importance. Although it has narrow channels and treacherous currents, palaces, villages, ruins, and gardens line up along its banks, making it one of the most beautiful stretches of scenery in Turkey. It feels quite surreal to be physically in the middle of two worlds, but at the same time, because of my own heritage, I feel completely at peace.
Did you know that St. Nicholas, better known as Santa Claus, was born right here in Turkey? If you don't know, now you know.
We back. What you know about it?
Turkey's most well-known city, Istanbul, wasn't always known by this name. Istanbul was only officially adopted in the year 1930. Throughout the years, different names were associated with the different phases of the city's history. With every new ruler, there seemed to be a new name. But they could all agree on one thing though, and that was the significance of its location.
Check out the technique. Come on, spit flow and back up the next freak soldier with a...
By the time the name Istanbul was in place, the Topkapi Palace was built as the primary residence of the Ottoman sultans.
Probably listen closely if you let the check speak.
Rappers usually, they get that special treatment when they go into a store after it's closed and they buy out the store. We got something even better. We're right now about to enter a very historical monument that is actually closed to the public, but because we're so cool like that with Hip-Hoppin Asia, we're gonna get in, VIP access, nobody's around. Let's go. Going live right now from the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. This place is incredibly beautiful. It used to be the residence of the Ottoman royals and today is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. And it's also important to note that this place holds some of the most valuable relics and artifacts of the old Muslim world. This is the pavilion where Sultan Ibrahim was thought to have been, this is where he actually buka puasa lah, pretty much every Ramadan. I would probably do the same if I lived here. This is just like, look at the view, the sea is there. If you got some good food, good company, there's no complaints.
Have you ever been to heaven?
So man, like the architecture is pretty dope. It looks very, very well preserved, and this in particular kind of reminds me of home in a way. It's like a cross between, like, you know, those rumah kampung on pillars and a bit of colonial architecture with also a little bit of like Ottoman influence. Actually, it kind of reminds me of my old school. My old school was built on a old colonial British house, and yeah, reminds me of school, dude.
Love in these streets, Knock me down.
The discovery of Turkish hip-hop continues, and I meet with Aybin, the first female rapper in Turkey. She shares her story with me.
Ya çok küçük yaşta keşfettim bu müziği. Abim sayesinde. Bir şarkıda yer aldım ve her şey benim için başlamış oldu. Daha sonra konserler, derken solo albüm, düetler, compilation'lar, single'lar devam etti. Bu zamana kadar geldi.
Tek şey çıkışımdan kes sesini bağırma. Ben gibi fazla söylenen MC.
Kadın rapçisiyim diyeyim, MC'yim. O durumun içerisinde, Türkçedeki rap tarihinin içerisinde yer almak benim için büyük bir keyif ama gelişimi bu şekilde.
gün değişebilecek ortam, o son güne kadar elimi tutan var. Bize gaz verdi, bu rap az geldiğinde tarz değiştirir, yazarım yine ben.
Türkiye'de kabullenişi birazcık daha şey bakıyorlar. Erkek piyasası, hareket edelim. Hatta ben destekleyeyim underground'daki kızları. Fakat Türkiye'de kadın olarak rap deyince birazcık ön yargı var hala. Ve çok da önemsemedim hani ön yargıları. Ya da aştım onları kulak ardı ederek.
Bizden başka kimse şahlanmadı. Bugün işi yarım bıraktıran bahane.
Ne olursa olsun ayakta kalmak gerekiyor. Söyleyecek bir şeyin varsa söyleyeceksin ve söylediğinin arkasında duracaksın. Kararlı olmalarını öneriyorum, cesaretli olmalarını öneriyorum. Olacaktır ama söyleyecek bir şeyin varsa susmaman gerekiyor. Açamadın arayı bir bak, bir ha gayret. Herkes hatasını biliyordu gayet. Neden yaptığımı soruyorsa şayet. Düşmana karşı savaş diyor ayet.
Sometimes, given the circumstances, it's no easy task fighting for what you believe in. But Ivan stands tall and continues to be a role model to new rappers here. The great thing about hip-hop is how it is always able to speak for the voiceless. Soon enough, I develop a sweet tooth, and since I'm in Istanbul, there can be only one solution to that craving: the world-renowned Turkish delight. In the Arab world, these wonderful sweets are known as throat comfort. I hear that the best place to get a fix of that is Hafiz Mustafa.
This seems pretty legit, very authentic. They got like the whole little cafe area thing where you can have tea, coffee, and enjoy some Turkish delight. I've never been presented the opportunity of trying out Turkish delight. I want to find out what's so delightful about it. Which one should I have first? Anyone? This one? I was gonna go for that one. Okay. Bam. Tastes like ice syrup with pistachios in them. And it's gooey and chewy. Wow, I like that one, wow. How do you make this?
There's the big cups we have it. It's copper cups. And they put in the starch, sugar and water. And the pistachio and they boil it in the big cup.
Seems like a simple yet tedious process. It's crazy. It's been at least like a minute plus and the taste is still very pungent in my mouth. It's better than chewing gum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Terima kasih.
Ah, sama-sama.
Sama.
How do you say thank you in Turkish?
Teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler.
Yes, teşekkürler.
Teşekkürler. Teşekkürler.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Selamat tinggal.
With that fix satiated, I continue on my discovery by meeting up with Soulcast, a France-based rapper making waves in Central Europe. After spending many years abroad working with international big names like DJ Premier and Ghostface Killah, Soulcast decided to return to his homeland and discover his roots.
Puis en même temps, ça m'a permis de rencontrer un peu la culture hip-hop en Turquie, qui porte haut et fier les couleurs du pays avec la musique et avec le rap, quoi. Je suis fier de voir que dans mon pays, voilà, il y a des gens. C'est un pays musulman, il y a des traditions, il y a des choses qui n'ont pas été acceptées tout de suite, quoi. Et là, j'ai l'impression que ça avance. Donc voilà, c'est bien ça.
C'est-tu vraiment ce qu'est le rap français?
In your opinion, do you think Turkish hip-hop belongs more on the Asian side or more towards Europe?
Tendance à dire vers l'Europe, hein. Population en Allemagne, donc ouais, en Allemagne il y a Cool Savage qui est très réputé, qui est turc.
C'est ça la French Tale, j'ai les buts sans bouger les membres. Je suis pas juste bon, mais je suis excellent. Tu veux me crash, petit excrément.
Mon deuxième album, il s'appelle Memento Mori. Ça veut dire n'oublie pas que tu vas mourir. Profite de la vie, quoi. Donc on a peu de temps, faut faire un maximum de choses, je pense. Après, c'est mon. Par exemple, tu vois le morceau que j'ai écrit en hommage à ce pays-là. J'espère que c'est un morceau qui va toucher beaucoup de gens. Autant en Turquie, toute la population, tous les Turcs qui peuvent vivre, tu vois, dans les pays étrangers, quoi.
I admire the sense of possession and pride that Soulcast has for Turkish hip-hop. He is proud of his country and his people. For many other countries, hip-hop is all about overcoming oppression and going against the status quo. So it's a welcome break to see hip-hop fly the banner of patriotism this time. My understanding of Turkish hip-hop begins to take shape, and the more I dig, the more I discover that the Turks possess a fervent spirit, just like their hip-hop. I can't place a finger on it, but I seem to be permanently peckish on this trip. Maybe it's because this country just has the best of everything, even when it comes to food. It's then time for some dol dorma, a common enough ice cream cone, but served in a rather uncommon way.
So the Turks are known for many things, kebab, doner, the Turkish delights, but this is what I'm the most familiar with is Turkish ice cream. I've had some in KL from a real Turkish dude, and man, they troll the hell out of you. Hello. All right, okay, I'm gonna get trolled right now. Ha. Almost. Oh, no. Damn. Ah. What? I think this is the real one. That's a lot. Okay, thank you. What? What? Thank you. Oh no. No, this is messy. Thank you. Bye. Bam. We at the airport right now, heading out to capital city Ankara. Man, I wish this flight was longer so I can sleep. It's too early for me. Did you know that contrary to popular belief, Ankara is in fact the capital of Turkey, not Istanbul? If you don't know, now you know.
Ankara, capital of Turkey, and the symbol of independence and development of its people. This is where a new era for this country started. Ankara may be less showy than Istanbul, but this city exudes a tone of modesty, grounded by the civic success of its intellectuality. After the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the Republic of Turkey was founded by Mustafa Kemal here in the 1920s, and this city was established as the center of the provisional government.
Even though it don't feel that cold, but it's actually cold enough for your breath to come out with smoke out here in Ankara. See that?
This place is steeped in history, and the ruins that can be found around the city is testament to that. I head to the Roman baths of Ankara to see the remains of an ancient bath complex.
This seems to be the most well-kept and well-preserved part of the whole ruined compound. Apparently this used to be the Roman bathhouse, and I'm just trying to picture this and visualize how this must have looked like 2,000 years ago. Wow, 2,000 years ago. Think about that. That's a long, long time ago.
I say still I stand.
The Romans once ruled a very large part of the world, pretty much all of Europe, North Africa, Egypt, parts of the Middle East. They got a little spot in town here where they've preserved everything. They've actually managed to build a whole bustling city and keep and preserve what their heritage is. It's really dope, man. Why Romans never come to Malaysia, huh?
Born without a dime. Out the gutter I climbed, spoke my mind and didn't stutter one time. At least say even the greatest gotta suffer sometimes. So
when you think of Roman architecture, you usually think of these big Colosseum-like buildings with big pillars, and these right here are the column heads. that you will find in major Roman buildings. One way to know whether a Roman emperor has made it through your town or not is when you see what they call the column of Julian. I'm not too sure if I can find it here, but one thing's for sure, it's really cool to think that I'm potentially walking in the footsteps of a Roman emperor.
It's hard to grasp the fact that all this really happened a long time ago. Time is such a mysterious thing. But back to the present day, as soon as I get to the city center, an irresistible smell hits my nose.
So you guys most probably know what a kebab is, but I'm about to try something really authentic. There's the doner kebab, traditional kebab from out here, Ankara. Let's do it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not just gonna try the kebab, I'm actually gonna try to make one. Let's see how difficult it is. It might look easy, but I'm gonna find out whether it's really that easy or not.
yes sir.
Okay, apron time.
Take two of these and cook.
That's cool? All right, let's do it.
Like Nelly Furtado, pop your bottles, post and scream cheers. Get your two-step, cause it's the record of the year. Ice creams, 2 for a pair. Officially announcing this is warfare, cause back in the day...
It's not as easy as it looks, but after a while, it does get a little bit comfortable. Can I try again? Yeah. Okay. What the deal? Our first doner kebab, handmade by yours truly. This right here, this is like the real deal, man. For real, I think you gotta come down to Ankara just to have this. All those street side kebab spots, can't compare. This is like really legit. Whew. You should wish you were in my place right now, because this is just heavenly.
After that satisfying meal, I proceed to meet with DJ Super, an Istanbul local who is making his name in Ankara. DJ Super has set up a home studio and is currently working on his own hip-hop label, Voodoo Records.
Istanbul is the capital of cultural things in Turkey. Ankara is a different city in Turkey about art things. İyi bir çalışma ortamına sahibiz. Burada iyi işler çıkartıyoruz ama bu işin bir üst çıtası için mutlaka ki İstanbul'dan yol geçiyor. Bu konuda bizim de kontaklarımız var.
Smirk, you can smirk it, you know that will never hurt me, cause I'm Hip-Hoppin Asia out here in Turkey. You can never burn me, you heard me, I'm coming through and grilling y'all in the kitchen like turkey.
Mainstream anlamda gerçekten bir ilgi uyandırmayı başardı hip-hop. Ama underground olarak gerek hip-hop olsun, gerek diğer sokak kültürleri, sokak sanatları olsun Ankara'da gayet iyi bir şekilde devam ediyor. Türkiye piyasası için alışılmışın dışında kaliteli işler ortaya çıkartıp bir şekilde bu işi Avrupa kalitesinde burada yapabileceğimiz olan inancımızı somutlaştırma biçimimizdi. Zaten kimlik arayışında olan daha ergenlik çağındaki çocuklar için de bizim aradığımız ilk şey gerçekten geçerli hikayelerinin olması, kafalarını ve kalplerini temiz tutmaları, bununla beraber tabii ki hip-hopçı olmaları, rap müziği sevmeleri, müziğin de başarıya gitmesi için gereken kurallardan biri bu. Önce güçlü bir hikaye, temiz bir beyin ve temiz bir kalp istiyoruz. Ondan sonra zaten şartlar bizi bir araya getirecektir.
DJ Super is keen to keep the heart of hip-hop beating in this city. And with his words of advice still clear in my head, I believe that hip-hop here will definitely flourish.
One, two, now.
My last stop in Ankara before I go back to Istanbul is the Anıtkabir, the colossal mausoleum of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of Turkey.
So where we at right now is a very important site in Turkish history. This is where Mustafa Kemal was laid to rest. Ataturk, translated as father of Turks, he was responsible for the westernization and modernization of Turkey as we know it today. He passed on November 10th at 9:05 in the morning. So every single year on that date, at that time, Turks pay their respects with a symbolic 1 minute of silence.
Ataturk embarked on programs which transformed the former Ottoman Empire into a modern and secular nation-state. His government carried out an extensive policy of Turkification.
Hope these problems drown themselves. I die and wait here.
So this is Mustafa Kemal's final resting place. Right down here, more than 6 feet under. And if you look at like the size of this place, just the sheer grandness of the tomb is fit for a hero. Matter of fact, for me, this is like a Jedi's tomb right here.
The legacy that he leaves behind can be summed up with his quote: "A nation which makes the final sacrifice for life and freedom does not get beaten." It can be seen in the deeply embedded patriotic roots of the Turks, a sentiment shared across generations.
Her yerden çekiliyoruz ya. Sen geçecek misin?
That's how we do it out here in Ankara. Did you know that the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul is the largest historical market in the world, and it can take up to 3 days to visit each and every single one of these shops? If you don't know, now you know.
I'm back in Istanbul, and I immediately head to the Grand Bazaar, one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. Built in the 15th century around an old Byzantine building, it just got bigger and bigger throughout the centuries. This colorful and chaotic bazaar is the heart of the old city, and it is not an exaggeration to say that it resembles a giant labyrinth.
There's a lot of things in this bazaar, man. From sneakers to jerseys to traditional stuff, and this is what kind of sucks though, because everything that I would want to buy, like these for example, how am I going to put this in my luggage? How?
I guess I'll just have to look for a smaller souvenir to buy. I hear that there are some charms and decorations with eye-like symbols that are a popular choice among tourists. The belief is that they can ward off the evil eye, a curse that is cast by a malevolent glare, resulting in misfortune.
I just wanted to know, what is it? It has something to do with evil or something?
We hang these ones in front of the door, in our cars, for everywhere. Why? Because we believe that that one keeps you from the bad person's eyes, you know, from the negative energy. And this is about from 13th or 14th century. Wow. Very old.
All right. This one near? Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
Cheers. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
See you. I got one.
I am done shopping, and armed with my good luck charm, I pay a visit to the pioneer of Turkish breakdancing, Boris Rock. He has been dancing for over 2 decades now. So I ask him what the scene was like back then and how it has changed now.
Hip hop ilk başladığında Türkiye'de yok denilebilecek kadar azdı. Bir şekilde bu işi yapmaya çalıştık. Zor zamanlardı hakikaten. Gerçekten çok zor zamanlardı. Sadece yani 5-6 kişi geçmeyen dansçılar, break dansçılar vardı. Biz bir kenarda, bir köşede break dans yapardık. Diğer piste bile çıkamazdık çünkü level yakalayamam ama gerçekten çok iyi dansçılarımız var Türkiye'de. Bunun sebepleri de çok sebebi var. Yani özellikle Türkiye'den vize sorunu olduğu için buradaki dansçılarımız kendi çabalarıyla bitirebiliyor. Ama buradaki insanlar Türkiye'nin dışındaki battle'lara gidemedikleri için sadece internetten, YouTube'dan izleme şansı oluyor. Bu yarışmayı Avrupa'daki yarışmalar arasına bir şekilde kattık, yani ismimizi bir şekilde duydular. Yani biz de bu işin içerisinde savaştığımızı fark etsinler. Tamam çok büyüdük. Yani Türkçe rap büyüdü, grafiti büyüdü, breakdance büyüdü. İnsanlar çoğaldı. Bu işi yapan insanlar daha da çoğaldı. O tarz giyinen, yani breakdance'çı gibi ya da hip-hopçı gibi giyinen insanları görebiliyoruz ama şu anda gerçekten hip-hop Türkiye'de bayağı bir iyi durumda. Yani bu işin içerisindeyiz ve Türkiye'nin de bu işin içerisinde gerçekten var olduğunu ve gerçekten Türkiye'de de çok yetenekli insanlar olduğunu da bir gün dünyaya göstereceğiz yani. Buna herkesin, hiç kimsenin şüphesi olmasın yani.
What it do? We're at the Hagia Sophia right now, and it's impressive, really impressive. This used to be a church built by Constantine the Great, and then later on when the Ottoman Turks came in and invaded Istanbul, they decided this was way too pretty to destroy, so they turned it into a mosque. Today it still stands as one of the most impressive and recognizable structures in Istanbul, and it is a museum.
The Hagia Sophia is famous in particular for its massive dome, considered to be the epitome of Byzantine architecture. But even more intriguing than that is the gathering of religions here.
I've never seen anything like this ever in my life, dude. Like, you have Allah there, you have Muhammad there, and right in the middle you have the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus. That's just like, wow, you know? That just shows that back then they already had a very deep understanding of spirituality and, you know, religion. And this is the best part for me, actually. Right here, you can see slightly off-center, that is basically the altar that is directed to Mecca, the Kaaba.
It's finally time to see Turkish hip-hop through the eyes of Ceza, the icon of Turkish hip-hop. In 1999, he and Dr. Folks established a group called Nefret, and they went on to become the most well-known rap group in Turkey, helping to launch one of the strongest rap communities outside of the United States of America.
İnsanlara bunu kabul ettirebilmek çok zor oldu ya. Yani bir de rap'i de anlatmamız gerekiyor. Hani rap yani kötü bir şey değildir sonuçta. Ama insanlar yeni olan her şeye biraz böyle çok şey yaklaşıyor Türkiye'de maalesef. Özellikle büyük jenerasyon. İnsanları görünce artık rap müzik demek yani kötü bir şey değilmiş. İlk başta hatta bunu satanizm falan diye gazetelerde yazdılar, böyle hip hop satanizm falan. Hiç alakası bile yok yani, böyle çok cahillikler yaşadık açıkçası yani.
Sade bir kat krom, zaten tekim çıplak gezsem ne olur her gün deklaton. Hep dikenli tel etrafımda.
Ama sonuçta hip hop. Ama şu ana kadar gösterdiğimiz örnekler, yaptığımız bazı işler gençlerin çoğuna ilham verdiler ve yani şu anda da rap yapan arkadaşlardan da bunları diyorum. Rap müzik özgürlük demek. Gençler bunun farkına vardılar Türkiye'de. Ve birçoğu kendi enerjilerini, içlerindeki bütün negatif ya da pozitif enerjiyi rap müzik sayesinde dışarı atmaya başladılar Türkiye'de. Birçok kötü şeylerden de uzak tuttu gençleri aslında bu müzik. O da çok iyi bizler için. İnşallah ileriki zamanlarda da hatırlanacak işler yaptığımıza inanıyorum yani. En önemlisi benim için müziğim, zaten bıraktığım miras. Benim için müziğim olacak kesinlikle. O şekilde temsil etmeleri gerektiğini ve Public Enemy ruhunu mutlaka anlayıp, hissedip onun gibi yaşamaları gerekiyor. Çok gelişti zamanla. Ama şimdiki gençlere baktığım zaman hakikaten çok güzel işler yapanlar var. Ve bu gelecek için çok güzel, en önemli ışık bu zaten benim için. Sadece dinleyicilerin biraz daha böyle gelişmesi, biraz daha araştırmaları falan gerekiyor.
Ceza has one clear message to spread. Turkish hip-hop must be used positively to empower the younger generation. He has been around long enough to see the change in the country's perception of hip-hop and will be remembered for the role he played in it.
So I don't know much about football. What I know is I'm about to make my way to a football match right now. Galatasaray is playing against Trabzonspor, and let's see how the Turks get down in the stadium.
This is where I get to experience another up-close and personal session with the city and its people. I'm really excited to find out what it's going to be like in a stadium full of Turks.
See that over there in the horizon? Turk Telecom Arena? That's where we heading at. That's where the game at. Let's go. already warming up. The game's about to start, so let's go find some good seats.
And you jerk it out.
What's the chant for Galatasaray?
It's re re re ra ra ra. Galatasaray Galatasaray jim bom bom.
Re re re ra ra ra. Galatasaray Galatasaray jim bom bom. Re re re ra ra ra. Galatasaray Galatasaray jim bom bom. Re re re ra ra ra. Galatasaray Galatasaray jim bom bom.
Chim Bom Bom is actually the nickname of Galatasaray, but nobody really knows where it came from. The chants and cheers are constant, and it is quite surreal for me.
The international, like, what symbol in football is this? That one hand.
It is deafening in here, and my ears are ringing. What an electric atmosphere. What a wonderful night. The unified spirit of the Turks here remind me of the warmth and passion that is persistently shown by each and every Turk I have met.
A continent collision of epic proportions, that's what my experience in Turkey was like. From its jet-setting culture and history to hip-hop in its purest form. Starting off from struggling aspiration, braving through perspiration, and eventually becoming an inspiration. Hip-hop cats here have taken the best of both worlds, added a tinge of that Turkish flavor with a side of heart.
The voice of Turkish hip-hop can be heard loud and strong indeed. Layered with so much history and heritage, it is a voice that is an amalgamation of many things, but results in only one message. That Turkish hip-hop can declare its own identity.
Yeah, it's been a long minute. Let me break it down now if y'all still with it.
What I've gained from the final leg of my journey is immeasurable. This country has made me realize that all over Asia, the story is the same. Hip-hop is a foreign culture, and it takes time for it to be accepted. In some countries, it is faced with plenty of opposition, and in others, it is more readily embraced. The stories Asia has to tell may be similar, but how it ends will depend on the men and women who will rise up to the challenge, armed with the prevailing power of hip-hop. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
Yeah, it's been a long road, never really know how it all unfolds. I'm just trying hard not to sell my soul when the rest want guns and a mouthful of gold. I don't hate them, I still love them, that's not me. I'm not judging, not below them, not a bum, but disrespect me, well, F this that house I'm living in. Y'all just pass through visiting. I draw these lines, y'all feeling, man. I'm a grown-ass man, y'all children. No competition, I'm killing them. Talking about him and him and him. Let's take it out for another spin again. I don't give a f if I win again, cause I don't need that blessing now. I don't need their invitation. Ain't no way to shut me down.